lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit. Please don't mind the lighting right now. I have my ring light on and the sunlight is actually coming through the window at this moment, but it'll go away pretty soon. I just didn't want to wait. I want to get this filmed. I want to get this up. I'm so excited for this video. This is a brand new project that I've been working on since about August of last year. I am so excited. I'm ready to get this project on the road. So this is Are You Afraid of the Pan? And it is based off of some of the 90s Nickelodeon TV shows, and I am so excited. So back in the middle of August, it was after my Alice in Wonderland project had already been up for a couple of weeks, I saw an introduction to a new project, which was Pen of Dinosaurs, created by Teru. I'm probably mispronouncing her name, but she's cruelty-free panner. So I will have her introduction video to Pen of Dinosaurs linked down below. Basically, all of the prompts are different types of dinosaurs, and I thought that was so cool. And then something was like, it would be kind of cool, I started thinking of like these cartoon dinosaur shows that I watched as a kid. There's one that's coming to mind, but I'm blanking on the name right now. It might just be called Dinosaurs. And then something sparked and I was like, what about a Project Pan based off of the 90s Nickelodeon TV shows? Because some of those were my absolute favorites. So of course I had to include them into the prompts for this project. And I have been having so much fun creating this and coming up with prompts to tie to each TV show. Some were a little bit more difficult than others. I actually kind of adjusted a couple of them this morning, so I made them a little bit simpler because I wanted to try and make the prompt fit the TV show like as best as I could. So some of them for me just had to be a little bit simpler, but that's all right. You always need some easy prompts. This is a year-long project, so it does start on April 4th of this year, and it's going to go until April 4th of 23. I am filming and posting this a little bit early, just in case somebody wants to join along. If you do, let me know down below, and then I will put your guys' videos into the description box as well. I think it would be so much fun, so let me know if you wanted to join me. Yeah, I definitely wanted to give you guys just a little bit of a head start if this was something that you wanted to do as well. But yeah, I'm so excited. So basically, the title of this video, Are You Afraid of the Pan? I know it's more or less, Are You Afraid of the Dark? But this was the one title that I kept coming back to. I was trying to brainstorm a bunch, but this was the one that just stuck. So I hope it doesn't make it seem like it's Are You Afraid of the Dark themed, because it's not. It's definitely a prompt, but it's not themed that way. It's based off of a bunch of different shows. And then I wanted to start this project on a day where one of these TV shows actually first premiered. So I was looking through a few of these shows, and a lot of them were starting later on in the year, and by the time I kind of came to that point, it was, I think, towards the end of October or around that time of month anyways. And some of them were starting in the fall times, or some of them were starting like late summertime, so either I would have missed it. I wanted to start this project with a little bit of an overlap between this and my Alice in Wonderland project, because that one ends at the end of July, so having just a couple of months was not a worry to me. I came across April 4th. For some reason, I thought it was the date that SpongeBob premiered, but I looked back into it, and it was actually the day that CatDog premiered, which I really enjoyed that show as well, so it worked out quite well for me. I figured April was a good time. The beginning of the month was a good time. I really was trying to find a date that fit well with the other projects that I'm doing. So I do have quite a few that are like a few days apart. So I figured April 4th would work really well, especially since my Alice in Wonderland video that goes up on the 1st. And when that is over in July, I'm not going to have anything for a little bit. So this will be my start of the month project, and I'm so excited. So trying to think if there's anything else that I need to note. I will throw everything down in the description box, so if I forget to mention something, go take a look down there, see if there's anything that I've put down there that I haven't said. But I'm very excited to get into these prompts, to show them to you guys, and to roll in my first few products. So if I haven't mentioned, you can choose anywhere between 3 to 5 products at a time. It is rolling style. I'm going to choose 3. I'm working on 3 of my Alice in Wonderland projects, so I'm going to continue on with the 3 just keeps me from being too overwhelmed with other projects that I'm doing. I find it works best for me, so that's what I'm sticking with. And let's get into these prompts because I'm so looking forward to this. Okay, so like I think I said, but there's 23 prompts, and these are all shows that were started in the 90s, so it could have aired January 1st of 1990, or it could have aired December 31st of 1999. It's probably in here, or 23 of them are in here. So the very first prompt is Rugrats, which was a fun discovery. Number 2 is the Wild Thornberrys, so a wild or fun color story. Number 3 is Hey Arnold, so a product that you're obsessed with. Rocket Power is a quick to finish up product. Angry Beavers is a neutral shade. Are You Afraid of the Dark is a color that's outside of your comfort zone. Pinky and the Brain is a product that makes you feel like you can take over the world. SpongeBob is something water related. Doug is awkward packaging. Rocco's Modern Life is a difficult to pan item. Legends of the Hidden Temple is a product from your favorite beauty category. Clarissa Explains It All is something sparkly. Ren and Stimpy is a product from your least favorite beauty category. Keenan and Kel is a shade that starts with the letter K. Real Monsters is a product that used to scare you. Adventures of Pete and Pete. So this is a product that comes as a mini and as a full size. Cat Dog is 2 different products. Dexter's Laboratory is a randomly generated color. Powerpuff Girls is to create an eyeshadow trio. Gullah Gullah Island is a product or a category that has taught you something. Blue's Clues is just a light blue shade. Could be packaging, could be the actual product. Figure It Out is something that was not easy to use at first. And Nickelodeon Guts was something that took a lot of guts for you to purchase. So those are my 23 prompts. I will have those listed down below as well, so you can check them out and see for yourself. And I'm so excited to roll in my first 3 products. So I do have my old phone here. I'm going to pull up Pretty Random. I'm going to have to, whoops, that was it right there. So I'm going to change this because I use this for all of my other rolling style videos. So I'm just going to clear the history, so there's no more history on here. I don't have prevent rerolls or anything like that just because I use this for so many different things, but I am just going to clear the history because of. So I'm going to roll 3 prompts, and then I will see what those 3 numbers are and go find some products, and I'm so excited for it. Okay, so first we have number 20, number 18, and number 23. So number 20 is Gullah Gullah Island, so a product or a category that taught you something. Number 18 is Dexter's Laboratory, so randomly generated color. And 23 is Nickelodeon Guts, so a product that took a lot of guts to purchase. Okay, so I know I downloaded a generated color app on the phone that I'm filming on, but I don't think I have it on here. So I'm going to pause this for a second. I'm going to download the app just because it's easier for me that way, and then I will come back to choose the color, and then I will go and choose all of my products. Okay, so I have the color generator downloaded on my phone. I went into the app, and this is the color that first popped up. So technically I did not randomly choose this color. So we're going to do that together, and then we are going to go see what I'm able to find. So it's just another purple. But this one is a darker purple. So I'm going to, actually it's darker than it looks on screen. It looks a lot brighter on the screen. I'm going to see if I can change the lighting to kind of see what it actually looks like. No, it's still really dark. So, okay. I'm going to, no, I don't want to do that. Come on. Okay, I screenshot that, so I will post the actual color in the video. Let me go take a look at what I can find with this color and those other prompts, and I will be right back. All right, so I have some products here. It wasn't necessarily difficult to figure out what I was going to use, but I knew I was not wanting to work on 3 different eyeshadow palettes since I have all of my eyeshadow palette projects or just other shadows that are thrown into projects. So instead of ending up with 3 eyeshadow palettes, I have 2. but that's okay. I don't mind. So I'm going to show you guys again. I'm going to put this up instead just so you guys can actually see it. And then back to pretty random so you guys can see, but I pulled the shades 20, 18, and 23. So I'm just going to go through them in numerical order. It's just easier that way for me. So number 18 was Dexter's Laboratory, so a randomly generated color. So that was the purple. And what I decided to do was actually go with this Viseart, the Violette Etendu, which I totally just mispronounced or butchered the name of it, this eyeshadow palette. But there's actually one shade in here that is the closest to what that purple shade was, and that is this shimmer right here. So I'm only going to focus on this one for this project. I can definitely use this whole palette. That's not an issue whatsoever if I don't destroy it. But this shimmer shade is what I'm going to focus on. So this, I'm just going to swatch on the back of my hand. This is very pretty. It is a little bit darker than I would like for this time of year, but that's okay. It literally is still winter outside because the amount of snow that we've had over the last week and a bit, you would never know that it's springtime right now. So this is the shade I'm going to work with, and I'm going to only use this 10 times. That's what my goal is going to be. I may have mentioned it before in some of my other videos, but if I do decide to throw eyeshadows into projects, I'm probably going to keep the usage only at 10 just because of how many I'm working on, and I really don't want to feel too overwhelmed. So 10 uses for this purple, I think that's doable. Don't know if I'll be able to get it out next month, but if not, definitely the month afterward, and then we'll be getting into springtime, so I'm even more excited. So that is the very first product. Number 20 was a product that taught you something. And this one was probably the trickier one, but I decided to roll in this MAC and Jeremy Scott face palette, but I'm only focusing on the highlighter. So more or less, I hit pan on this in one of my other video, my Alice in Wonderland project, I think it was. It was an update or two ago, so that just kept on expanding. But basically what I've learned from this is just how to layer it and make it look really nice on my skin. Really, this was one where I didn't want to put in an eyeshadow, even though that's pretty much what I was going to go for, because with eyeshadows, what I've learned from them is they're never always what's showing in the pan. You can see something and it swatches out completely different color, or on your eyelids, it looks completely different than it does in the pan. It doesn't work as well as you think it's going to. But in a sense, highlighter is kind of the same thing. Like, you can swatch it out, but it doesn't always, at least on me, look the same as it does in the pan. So I do want to use this up completely. So my goal for this is to finish off this highlighter. It is going to take some time, but that's totally all right with me. I really do enjoy it. And when I was using this in my Alice in Wonderland project, I also learned how much I enjoyed this highlighter. When I first purchased this palette, I had mentioned it back in that video as well. I really did like it, but there's so many people who haven't liked this palette, and I had put it away, not for that reason, but I had put it away a long time ago, and I decided to pull it out for a prompt. I think it was something that you like that other people don't, and I thoroughly enjoyed using this highlighter, and I just remembered how much I enjoyed it, and I learned that I really did enjoy it, and I learned how to use it with other highlighters, so I'm deciding to throw this one in for that prompt. And like I said, my goal will be to finish the highlighter completely. And for my last prompt was Nickelodeon Guts, so a product that took a lot of guts to purchase. Now, this is my newest, well, the newest the newest eyeshadow palette that I've purchased. Oh, I guess I should swatch my highlighter because I swatched, there we go. I swatched the purple eyeshadow. So my highlighter is underneath it. It's super pretty. I really do enjoy it. So the eyeshadow palette that took a lot of guts to purchase is this baby right here. I have used this once. I've only used one shade in here one time, and I had been wanting this since I saw it. And it's not just for the packaging, even though it's absolutely gorgeous. I really, really wanted this palette, and the only reason why it took such gut for me to purchase this was based off of how expensive it was when it came to the price of the palette, but also the shipping. I mentioned it before, but if you haven't heard, so this palette in Canadian is expensive as it is. When Give Me Glow was having their Black Friday sale, it was 20% off. So the palette price was a lot more reasonable and I was totally cool paying that price, but the shipping just like threw it way over. I'm pretty sure it was like $28 for shipping, where right now it's like jumped up to like 40. Like I've seen it at $40 just for their basic shipping. And then I saw it go back down to 29. I was like, oh my God, it's so cheap. It's not. $28 for shipping is absolutely insane. That's the most I've ever spent on shipping. And I just had to do it. I had to do it. I waited, and when I found out that it was 20% off, obviously I was hoping for a little bit more, but I was taking it and I was running with it. So I finally was able to get this and I'm so happy. So the inside of this palette looks like this, and with it being springtime, even though it doesn't look like it outside, I figured the pastels would be perfect as well. So the one and only shade that I've used in this palette so far is this one right here. This is the Peach Shimmer, and it's called Peach for the Stars, and it was super pretty, so I'm very excited to actually reach for this palette. I know I said that putting eyeshadow into projects, my goal is going to be to use it 10 times, so that is still what I'm going to stick with for this palette. Again, this may take a couple of months to actually get to that point, and that's okay because it is pastels, it is spring. This is actually, well, not my only. I do have one more, but I did buy them both last year. I was not into pastels at all prior to last year. I thought they were pretty, but they weren't for me. So I'm very excited to actually try out pastel shadows on my lid, like these mattes here, and see how well they actually work for me, because that was the one thing I wasn't quite sure of, so I never really pulled the trigger. But I'm so happy that I have this, and I'm very excited to actually pull this into a project because I have been wanting to use this, but I'm so not stuck using the products that I have, but because I have so many eyeshadows, I don't really think about reaching outside of what I'm using right now and reaching for in my projects. So I'm very happy to roll this in, and I'm very excited to get some use on this. Probably won't show a lot of usage in 10 uses, but that's okay with me. I know what's happening, and that's all that matters. So I'm not going to swatch those shades out just because I don't have a wipe right now, and probably not, well, I have enough room on my arm, but I don't have anything to wipe my hands right now. So this is what I'm working on, so I'm so excited. So again, I will be working on the one purple shade from this palette. I will be working on the highlighter. That totally just moved. The highlighter from this palette, and then I will be working on this. Now I don't have to reach for every shade in here. I might try. The blues kind of scare me a little bit. I might try to do this no pan left behind style, which if you're not quite sure, you just have to reach for every shade in here at least once. So I'm going to try that, but if I don't end up doing that, then that's totally okay. I don't want to force myself to do it if I'm too scared of the blues, because I kind of am. If I can make it work, then absolutely I would love to reach for at least every shade in here one time. So that is what I'm working on for this project. Like I said, this starts on April 4th. So if you wanted to join, let me know down below. Once you post your videos, let me know. I will put you in the description box so people can go check you out. And yeah, I'm so excited. I will have a playlist for this video as well. I do have a playlist for all of my projects that I'm working on. So I will put that down in the description box as well. And then as my updates come out, they will be added to that playlist, so you can go check everything out. But I'm so excited that this project is finally here. I'm so excited about the products that I'm working on. So we'll have to see how the progress goes. It's probably going to be a little bit, not so much slow, but not as quickly rolled out for the first little bit, just because of how many projects I'm working on currently. But I'm still so excited to see how this project's gonna go. Again, it starts on April 4th, will end on April 4th of next year. And yeah, that's everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it all, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.